I've been talking a lot recently. I've been on a lot of phone calls recently, more than I've been in a long time. A lot of phone time. But it's not screen time, because, I mean, I guess it technically is, because I'm on the app, but, like, I'm just connecting with brothers. I'm connecting with the men in the group, and, like, since we've divided down into smaller groups, I don't know, I just sort of along the lines of my clan leaders, which is the smallest group at the moment, you know, last week he posed a challenge to reach out to one person, and it's fucking spiraling out of control. I'm reaching out to everyone in the clan, and, you know, just, you know, of the 6 guys that were in there, I guess 7 if you, I'm not sure if it's 7 with the leader or not, actually. I haven't really counted. I just, you know, I'm just making an effort to reach out to everyone, say hi, at least talk once, you know, get to know the guys, and it's really remarkable that we're, you know, I'm really getting the impression that we're all very much on the same page, which is, I mean, obviously there's deviations, but we're all so, like, I don't feel like there's any people in the Sons of God community that are like an outlier. Like, oh, that's just, you know, that's just X. That's just that person. Like, everybody here is very much like, no doubt about it, like, they're here for a purpose, and they're here early. The group is, while it's growing quickly, I mean, it's big, but it's, you know, the vision is large, so technically they're here early. Just, you know, there's a lot of things in life that are likely in their early stages right now. And I don't know, just, it's really amazing. Like, all these brothers I'm talking to, we're, not only are we on the same page, but, you know, the conversations we're having are just like, I mean, they're effortlessly long conversations, right? Like, I don't know if everybody who's doing that in this community is having the same experiences, but it's like every call I get on is like 2 hours. like I'm trying to talk to people, and I'm like struggling to fit it in, because, you know, when I get on a call with someone, we're just vibing for, you know, like, we get, I swear we're getting like right into the juicy stuff, right into the stuff we like straight into the deep conversation, like literally no small talk, which is really, really great for me. Like, I've never been a small talk person. Like, to be honest, I don't fucking care about small talk, right? Like, I'm trying to have those really thought-provoking conversations, and it feels like that's all, like, we're straight to it, right? Straight to being really open, really vulnerable. What is our worldview like? How does it differ from one another? How can we help each other, etc.? Like, it's a great experience for me. But it's kind of crazy how quickly your schedule could fill up with phone calls, like, especially when you don't set, like, okay, we're gonna, you know, I need to be done with this call by a certain time, like, and I don't want to do that right now, but, you know, if I reach out to too many more people, I'm gonna have to be like, okay, we gotta keep this to an hour or whatever, you know, like, I need some time for me as well. But it's so cool, like, just the first conversations, like, and there's many more that we can have, and you know, there's some brothers I've talked to more than others, and they already feel like really close friends. Like, we talk, I've exposed some of the deepest, you know, my deepest traumas with these guys already. And, you know, it's really great because they're super non-judgmental about it, and, you know, they only offer like little insights and stuff like, well, this is how it makes me feel when you say that. And, you know, sometimes it's like, oh yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. Like today, one of my favorite, because I love things that, like, simple little language hacks to, you know, that I can adopt that just point the ego in a better, more direction that I feel is true. Like language I can use which, when I say it, is as true as possible. I try to do that at all times. Like I think one that Ben, my friend or my brother, Benjamin, who founded the group, I'm not entirely sure he said it. I want to say he said it. But stop saying subconscious, rather say unconscious. Because subconscious, subordinate, less than, we're basically labeling the infinite wisdom part of our minds as subordinate to the limited conscious minds. And that, you know, whoever it was that pointed that out to me in a video, it was just a YouTube video that, you know, they made. I was like, yeah, duh. I'm gonna use that, and I have been using that. And when I accidentally say sub, because I have done, you know, I use that terminology for so long, you know, I just correct myself. And one of the conversations today I had that was really great, we were talking about semen retention, and, you know, my brother pointed out that the things that we describe as benefits are not, he doesn't like to use that word. And I was like, well, why? Why? I mean, they feel like benefits, right? Like, that's kind of how I was thinking. And he just said, which is so true, that they shouldn't be benefits. This is like, it's like we're starting off at a deficit. Like the things that semen retention, you know, the benefits are just like what happens when you live the way you're supposed to live. And when we, you know, many of us, or I guess we're all born into the world that attempts to pull us down. And, you know, it got me, and pretty much got everyone in the group that I'm in at a young age. And we've had to like work our way back to normal. We're not like, but like society itself is all down at this lower place that it's not supposed to be. So when we're elevating ourselves, it feels like a benefit, but it's not really a benefit. We're just getting back to baseline. And that's really, I don't know, I just like little language things like that. How positive, how true can I be? And that feels, as soon as he said it, it was like, oh yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, that's so true. And I don't know, it also just shines a light on the situation we're all in. But we're all aware of that one, whether we're willing to admit it or not. I don't know, I'm just really grateful for the group. It's been, it's like 22 days now. It's incredible. The energy is building within me, doing SR for this 22 days. I started the same day I joined, I guess you could say. And if I can get, I'm aiming at getting past 90 days, getting into the 4 and 5 month marks. That's the longest, since I started with Korn, and I started, releasing. Since I started that, the longest I'd ever really gone is a week or 2. And a while back, I guess it would be about a year and a half from now, or a year and a half before now, I joined a church and I started reading the Holy Book, and immediately Korn was lifted from me. Not that I didn't have temptations, but all of a sudden it was easier to battle, and I was winning. And I got to 90 days, and at 90 days that energy was overwhelming. And I think back to that day and how I could have directed that energy into other places, because to be honest, at the time that I was feeling overwhelmed by the energy, it wasn't necessarily aimed at lust. It was just like, oh my God, I feel like I could fucking run through a wall right now. And I only had so many tools to, deal with overwhelming energy. So eventually it slotted into Korn and releasing. But once I get to that point again, I'm interested to see. Mainly what I'm interested to see is, how do I handle that overwhelming feeling now? Because, even being surrounded by brothers, if you don't let them know you're struggling, they don't know. I mean, unless you get on the phone with them and then you're talking, and maybe you don't even realize it, but you're like, your tone and what, they've heard you enough to know that something's off. But, like, especially through text, like, they're not gonna know. So I'm wondering, what am I gonna do when I'm faced with seemingly impossible to overcome odds? What will happen when I reach, will I reach out? I feel that I will reach out right now. I know that that's what I should do. Just start posting. Go, hey, I need some help. Somebody hop on a call with me. And I feel that we wouldn't even really have to talk about it, right? I mean, we certainly, I would hope we would, but like, I'm not gonna fucking, if I'm on the phone with one of my brothers, I'm not gonna simultaneously be on Korn, right? Like, obviously not. That would be fucking crazy. But I feel that they could, as long as I could, honestly, if I could do that and keep that overwhelming energy, like, keep it intense, make it as intense as possible, with somebody there to help me walk through it and help, just remind me to sit with it. Because when I'm alone, it's, the mind is constant. When that's happening, the mind is like, this is taking way too much energy, too much fucking, it's literally taking too many calories. It's too many calories, so we need to, like, reduce our calorie consumption right now. So let's deal with the energy the way that we've always dealt with it, and then we can get back to, fucking doing nothing, surviving, But we're moving past surviving. We're moving into thriving. And having a group is definitely, I can feel that is undeniably the right, that's huge, gonna play a huge part in it. And it already is. It's playing a massive role already. But time will tell what getting accustomed to the brothers, getting accustomed to this stuff, sometimes when you fall in the patterns, that's when your guard is down. So, I got a long life ahead of me, so who knows what's going to happen. All that I know is that it's going to happen the way it happens.